And now it's time to turn our focus back towards the forecast. We are in a weather alert today, and Ryan, you've been stressing this. That point that we need to look at starts in the afternoon and goes into the overnight hours.
Yeah, it's really dinner time and beyond that, and we're watching that, I'd say, now through all of tonight with our updated severe risk across the state. Here's the timeline and what to expect as we go today and really all the way into tomorrow. So our first couple cells are going to start to pop up as we get into the dinner time hours right along the warm front. And our main severe threat, again, 5 p.m. to midnight, that may be expanded in southern Indiana now. Late Monday night into Tuesday morning, clusters of storms are going to develop across the state, and we could be eyeing a stronger cluster in southern Indiana, and that's the reason why we've seen the enhanced risk now in those locations. 1 to 2 inches of heavy rain possible in some locations. And then as we get into Tuesday afternoon, have to watch this closely as well. We may have some storms refire along our cold front as it's going through the area. We'll get to that threat in a second. Storm tracker for the moment. We've had this stalled front in place throughout the entire weekend. Now along this front, I mentioned we'll see some cells refire here, but our storm system is developing here in Kansas, moving off to the east. As it gets closer and closer, our storm chances are going to ramp up. And today, here is a look at that storm risk. Enhanced 3 out of 5 risk for us in southern Indiana, stretching into Missouri, and then down through Dallas. So a wide area of severe weather possible for today. We'll zoom in to here in Indiana. And basically, it's south central and southern Indiana in the enhanced risk, slight risk for Indianapolis, Muncie, and Lafayette. I'd say all forms of severe weather on the table. If we do get a line of showers and storms, especially in the early morning hours, to develop, damaging wind would be the primary threat in south central and southern Indiana, depending on when we see that line develop. Here's storm tracker for the moment. Did see a couple showers, starting to clear that out. Clouds are going to still be locked in place for today. Temperatures into the mid-60s. Our rain chances increasing in the dinner time hours as those first couple cells are popping up. And with the warm front draped across the area, widespread with the temperatures today. Lower 50s in northern Indiana. Evansville makes a run at 80 degrees. And 68 in Indianapolis. So there is some juice in the atmosphere in southern Indiana for today with those warm temperatures. Here's Futurecast through the next couple hours. Now, as we enter the dinner time hours, I mentioned along that warm front, we'll see the first couple cells fire, cluster of showers and storms, then merges in north central and northern Indiana. And then as we get into the early morning hours, the reason we've seen that enhanced risk added, could see a line of stronger storms making its way into south central and southern Indiana. And we're not done with it, because then as we get into the forecast on Tuesday, we see some breaks, and along the cold front, showers and storms expected to refire here. I do want to point out we'll have most of the action end as we get into Tuesday late evening. Here's the current storm risk for Tuesday. A 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather enhanced in southeastern Indiana, slight for Columbus and Bloomington. I could see this getting expanded northward with what we've seen the models trend this morning. And it's also going to be a lot dependent on what happens with our first storm risk for tonight. Futurecast, as we get into Wednesday, we wrap in some cooler air. Would not be surprised to see some snow showers in northern Indiana with our cooler air. Hensley Legal Group 8-day forecast still dealing with the system through midweek. I mentioned that chance at a scattered mix Wednesday. Thursday, even some lingering showers. Temperatures cooler Wednesday through Friday in the 40s for highs. And then we're rebounding with our temperature. Saturday and Sunday, nice days to get outside. Lower 60s on Sunday. And yes, on Monday for the solar eclipse that's now in our 8-day forecast, temperatures in the upper 60s. Right now we have a smaller chance of rain, but hoping for more breaks in the clouds.